And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're back inside of Minecraft, and we're playing Minecraft Chill Parkour. This is just kind of a chill parkour that, supposed to be pretty easy. I have already played through this. As a matter of fact, I had the video uploaded and out, and then I realized that the audio was messed up in it, which is one thing that can stink about the way that I go about things, because I don't actually rewatch my content. So sometimes I'll miss something like that, and it kind of stinks. But yeah, so we're playing back through the map again, which this is supposed to kind of be the same feel as the Don't Stop parkours the Blue Man did, but kind of more just chill and, not worrying about anything like that. Whoa. I don't know why. The Blue Man's maps always seem to give me random trouble with lag spikes occasionally. It's kind of annoying. It always happens like in the same spots on the map. Um, but yeah. So this is a pretty cool map. Now, I have had a bit of a lack of uploading recently, and I explained it in the one that I'd recorded previously, but obviously audio problems, so basically I got sick, and I missed a couple days because I was sick, but I'd missed a couple days before that because just of burnout after the 24-hour live stream. And the problem with burnout on anything is if it correlates at the same time when you have an excuse to not be doing something, it can cause problems with getting stuff done that you need to get done. Because, we all experience burnout, and part of the deal with burnout, in my opinion, is partially just being able to continue going, even if it's at a bit of a lesser sense. Like, you might cut it back a little bit, but you still keep going and work your way through. And I find that a lot of times that works really well for me, as long as it's not like a really bad burnout. As long as I can just kind of power through. Just, a lot of times what I like to do with stuff like that is just kind of cut it back a little bit. Don't do as much, but still cut it back. That way, you're not doing too much while you're experiencing burnout, but at the same time you keep going. So then that way, once you're kind of getting over it, you're still fine. So like that might have meant that, hey, I still upload a video every day, but when I'm playing through a map and it takes an hour and a half and I'm still going, I maybe call it quits. Or not an hour and a half, but like it goes like 30 minutes and the map's going to take like an hour or something, calling it quits and not going all the way through. That's, kind of how it can go for me, just to make it easier to, get through the burnout. But if you kind of start feeling burnt out on something at the same time that you have an excuse not to do it, like I did with getting sick, it can make it very difficult to get back into doing it. And I've seen that before in the past in the channel with times that, like, I miss months of uploading because, I kind of start to experience some burnout, and then I get some sort of excuse not to do it for a little bit, and then it's difficult to get back into it. But personally, I think that burnout's the sort of thing that's like, a lot of times it can root more from laziness than anything else. And that's part of why my mindset on it goes just kind of power through. But that's not always possible. Sometimes, you get bad burnout and it can be difficult to keep going. But, part of the thing about life is there's things that we have to do regardless of whether we want to do them. And there's some things that we want to do. And, if you can correlate the two things together, it helps a lot. And, there's some things that you bet on that don't always work out. And, to a large degree, that's frankly been this YouTube channel for me, is I very strongly invested a lot of my time and bet on it working out. And so far, it's been a lot better recently than it has been through a lot of my journey, but I still haven't gotten monetized after, you know, sinking thousands of hours into the YouTube channel. And that can always be discouraging. I don't know. Burnout's something that's always difficult to deal with, but I want to keep going. I would love to make this channel into something that, works for me as, like getting monetized and stuff like that. So then that way, even as, I go into the rest of my life, I have to start searching for a job, blah, blah, blah. Having something to kind of both at the same time fall back on, but at the same time to be able to, have an excuse to keep doing it, even at the point that I have a job and stuff like that. Since it can be harder to justify, sinking so much time into a YouTube channel. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. I mostly just want to get through the burnout and, get back to loving doing this. Because honestly, YouTube's one of the only things I've been able to do with this degree of consistency for this long. The only other thing that could even be considerable is playing Siege, with how long I've done that and how consistently I've played it, but that's still playing a game. And regardless of what aspirations I may or may not have for, getting into this league or that league or whatever, it doesn't really, matter if I'm not good enough. Oh, keep falling. But yeah, I mean, I think in large part, a lot of the stress can just be caused by the fact that I'm starting to hit that point in my life where I'm having to get stuff figured out, hitting the, I'm having to figure out exactly what I'm doing for my final degree, because I've been able to knock out so many electives and gen ed stuff throughout my time in high school that now that I'm actually going into college, I don't have like a year that I can go into gen ed stuff to figure out what I'm going into. I have to kind of go in knowing what I'm doing because of it, and that adds some extra stress and stuff like that. And I think that stuff coupled up with, all of the other factors I mentioned, having an excuse with the getting sick in there and all that makes it really difficult to continue a strong motivation to press forward. And I value the idea of having a strong motivation, to press forward on something. And yeah. And YouTube's been enjoyable. I've always had nice nice fans as long as I've done this. Like, besides what happened with the Discord server. But even that, doesn't really represent the overall fan base. So I don't know. This was a fun little map, though. I definitely enjoyed it. Kind of distracted talking about the whole ordeals. I wasn't really focused on the map itself. But yeah, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Show you guys the support. It really helps a long way. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can get back into the daily upload grind. And I do have some ideas on stuff for a couple videos here and there to kind of fill in. I kind of want to try some commentary type videos and stuff like that. I've talked a lot about doing that in the past. I want to finally bite the bullet and try it. So we'll see. I have ideas for the future. This is kind of the, once a month obligatory video where I kind of spend most of the time just talking about the channel's future and where we're going. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for getting me to where we're at. And yeah, we'll see. Thank you all guys so much. Bye bye.